What's going on, YouTube? It's the rare morning drive to work video. Trump pulled it out. He is 47th president of the United States. It looks like everybody's called it at this point, pretty much. AP's called it. I think Fox News called it last night. Honestly, I didn't even stay up that late. I stayed up to about 11 o'clock-ish. I think when I went to bed, Pennsylvania and Michigan and Wisconsin still hadn't been called. And Michigan still hasn't been called technically yet, but Pennsylvania and Wisconsin both went to Trump. North Carolina went to Trump. Honestly, my prediction, technically right, but I was wrong in the sense I thought it'd be closer than this. Right now, it's looking like Trump is obviously going to win the Electoral College. They're calling it for him, but it looks like he's probably going to win the popular vote as well. And the Republicans took the Senate and the House and maintained the House, I guess I should say. That's about as decisive as it gets, folks. Besides like some kind of crazy Electoral College landslide victory or anything like that. But to take all three branches, that's big time. As far as getting what you want to get done completed, you have the means. Now, will you stick to your word and actually do it? Listen to Trump's victory speech, his acceptance speech, whatever you would call that, this morning, and basically one big point he made was promises made, promises kept. We'll see about that. I don't know if you've been watching the videos. I think you would know my immediate reaction to that is I'll believe it when I see it type shit. I mean, I don't really trust the government to get done most of what any politician claims is going to get done, but honestly, I'm hoping he does, because I think most of what he's talking about is good stuff. Obviously, the Twitter leftists and the Redditors are having a meltdown, but overall I don't see anything crazy happening. That's good stuff. I don't really, in this case, I don't know how it really could, because like I said, that's kind of a clean sweep. That's about as clean as it gets, especially the popular vote. I had to look it up because I was curious. Republican hasn't won the popular vote since 2004, so Bush would have won the popular vote in 2004. That would have been like post 9/11 though, so obviously a little different. We would have been like in the middle of the war in the Middle East, and yeah, like I said, post 9/11, so I could see how that makes sense. But Republican, that's 20 years. I mean, that's not that long really. That's only, 5 elections technically? 4 elections. So it's not crazy long time, but in my lifetime, basically, that I've been alive to actually pay attention, I've never seen it happen. Obviously, Trump won in 2016, but lost the popular vote, won the Electoral College narrowly. Looks like this time, I thought it was going to be really close. He pulls it out pretty solidly. That's also, I would say, as close to the mandate. You have the mandate of the people as you can get. I'm seeing people, especially like I said on Twitter. I guess my Twitter algorithm must be fucked up to where I'm just seeing like almost all like liberal or lefty type shit, which honestly is fine, because I think a lot of people's social media gets into the echo chamber level of just stuff they agree with all the time. But I'm the opposite. I'm in the left's echo chamber, and I'm just reading insane shit all day. Not like the extreme people on the right aren't crazy either, but one big point I'm seeing is wild. As I'm seeing these lefty people on Twitter basically blaming minorities and third-party voters, which the third-party thing I don't really get at all, because I don't even think even with the third-party voters, she would have pulled out some of these battleground states, these swing states. Maybe I'd have to take a look and like break the numbers down, and I might actually do that tonight when I get home. Kind of want to make a more informative video and just show some reactions and stuff, because it is really funny. But it's so wild to see Democrats immediately turn on any minority who doesn't agree with them. I've never understood this. Like, obviously the talking point is Republicans are racist and all this shit. Like, I don't think it really matters at this point, or who really cares at this point. I don't know. But I've already seen multiple people, and obviously these are just people on Twitter. Can't paint with that broad of a brush. I get that, but I'm just saying it seems like as soon as Latinos or like black men, it seems like Trump picked up quite a bit of the black male vote, and people are like, what the hell are these black men doing? What the hell are these Latinos doing voting for Trump? Like, obviously you're voting against your own interests. And it's so wild to have somebody just tell you what your own interests are. And, like, obviously, if you're too stupid to realize what's going on, I guess. But it seems like that's what they really think. If you're a minority and you don't agree with these people, you're too stupid for your own good, it seems like. And it's interesting to watch somebody react like that, because that's while younger me would have been like, well, that's how people, like the stereotypical Republican is like they're too stupid for their own good type thing. But it seems more and more lately that I see that coming from the left, which is so wild. It's like, do a better job convincing the people. I think the main theme is get off the internet and don't live on Reddit or fucking Twitter or wherever you're getting your news from. If you're on the left, where you thought, oh, there's no way Trump can win this, like there's no chance he's going to even be close, he's going to sweep his ass, because they're obviously lying to you. He won pretty decisively, honestly. And obviously there's the West Coast and the East Coast, the the Democrats on the West and East Coast being like, what the fuck are the Rust Belt states doing, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, dude, if you would live in one of these states, you would understand, I think, pretty easily that after everything was exported from the United States manufacturing-wise, every Rust Belt state has been suffering since my entire life. It was never here, really. Like, it's been gone my entire life. I'm only 26. But I got to witness some of it. I mean, like, in the biggest city near where I'm at, there was a GM plant that packed up and left when I was, like, in elementary school. And we watched people either lose their jobs or move to try to follow this factory as it went somewhere else, or they got placed in a new job somewhere else in a different state. Obviously, the steel manufacturing that used to be in Ohio, where I'm from, is no longer here. We have a steel plant in the city, but it's only been shrinking in my entire life, as far as I can tell. These jobs, this economic situation that is the Rust Belt, is not ideal. Michigan, they thought was going to go Democrat. Obviously, Michigan is the big auto manufacturing state. Detroit, it's dead. It is a shell of its former self. It will never be what it was, I don't think, ever again. And yeah, people in these states are kind of pissed off. And obviously their read on the reaction is just out of touch. It just seems to be out of touch. Like I said, I thought it was going to be really close. I thought it was going to be tight, like 2016. He barely pulled it out in 2016. The more I'm thinking about it now, to see him win pretty solidly in 2020, I mean, obviously was just a crazy outlier maybe in a lot of ways. I don't really buy into the whole it was stolen narrative nearly as much as some people. I don't really get it. And the more I think about it now, especially seeing the results of this, I mean, COVID was once in a lifetime. Hopefully, Jesus Christ, I don't want that to go. We don't need to do that again. And with all the mail-in ballots and people just spending so much time probably listening to the news and the fear mongering that the news basically pushed out all through COVID. Honestly, that mixed with mail-in ballots and vote harvesting basically in these states, I can honestly see how this worked out, that Biden won pretty handily. I don't know for sure, but I mean, like I said, that's a one-off. You don't really have pandemics during election years like that and all kinds of craziness going on. But I don't see how you get this result any more decisive. So I don't know. Go watch the acceptance speech, the victory speech Trump has. It's pretty good. I think it's funny. He does a little bit of rambling here and there. I mean, that's just what he is, whatever. But he obviously thanks who he needs to thank. You got Dana White fucking thanking Aiden Ross and whoever. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about there. In reality, I think that's if you're going to give it up to anybody, you got to give it up to Elon. Obviously, with Twitter, buying Twitter and shit, that was a big swing in my opinion. And then obviously Rogan at the end there, having him on. Yeah, go ahead, everybody who said it was good that Kamala didn't go on Rogan and that she didn't need to go on Rogan and all this. He's not that big, blah blah blah. He's has a heightened level of self-importance, whatever. Well, okay. Looks like Trump's going to pull out the popular vote. Rogan's literally the biggest media platform in the country, in the world probably, it seems like at this point, as a single person. Go ahead. Keep telling me it wasn't important, blah, blah, blah. hold the L, I guess. Should have did it even if it would have hurt you, because I think it only could have really helped her in a lot of ways. But it's over, it looks like. I honestly thought this was going to be ran out throughout the whole week, but like I said, it's decisive. Trump pulls it out, and now we get to sit back and watch and see if he does. If he does half the shit he claims he's going to do, we're in business. We're in the green here, I think. Some of the stuff I don't necessarily agree with. I'm not going to run through every single one of his campaign promises in a fucking bullet point, but economically, we'll see. I don't know if he tries to pull the tariff shit. Hey, we're about to find out. Everybody's been telling me that it's on Twitter that it's not going to work, that actually everything will blow up in our face. We're going to find out if he tries to pull it off. Honestly, more than anything, I hope he actually does get Elon in there and they get a little... This Council on Government Efficiency, or whatever, the Department of Government Efficiency, get that going, because we're wasting too much fucking money left and right on everything we do. And I think that only can really be a positive in the end. And we'll see maybe that RFK shit with Make America Healthy, and we'll see what they do as far as food. How about we get the school kids some good food, get some healthy food going, get some real food going. Maybe they'll put the beef tallow back in the McDonald's fryers, or whatever the fuck RFK wants to do. But I think there's a lot of positives that can be had, and we'll see what happens. Obviously, I think the big one that's going to be interesting is Supreme Court stuff. If a couple of these Supreme Court justices retire, he's going to appoint new ones. We'll see how that goes. And then the illegal immigration thing, how they handle that, will be interesting. And I don't know. We got 4 more years of it. 4 more years of Trump, baby. I don't know. We'll see if everybody melts down. Hopefully everything's calm. Like I said, since it was decisive, it's just chill. I think that's the best outcome, in my opinion, that could have happened, is he wins handily. And then there's no real argument to be had when it's that big of a win. Obviously, I think Kamala was a bad pick. I don't think she was a good candidate. I don't think she's smart or all this shit that they were claiming, that she's an amazing person, an amazing candidate. Look what she did. They just ripped Biden out of there because he fell apart at the end. He's probably pissed, honestly. I don't think he would have done much better, though. In the long run, I think he probably would have lost even harder, because he's, in a sad way, he's actually just lost it. He's just too old, man. He's falling apart. Hopefully that doesn't happen to Trump in the next 4 years, because he's getting old as shit too, but I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. It's time to sit back and watch now. I mean, it's over. I don't know how much, obviously the interest in this kind of stuff will probably die down, because obviously election years are big time, but I think my biggest thing I'm going to be watching, I'm still going to be making these videos, is we're going to be watching the economic fallout results of Trump being elected. Bitcoin and all that blew up last night on basically as his chances of winning went up and up, everything kind of exploded. We'll see how stocks react. We'll see how the markets react to this. Like I said, his economic policies are definitely different. They're claiming they're going to do all these different things. We'll see how that results. I'm still sticking to the fact that I think he's probably going to catch a recession here within this 4-year term. I don't see how he gets out of it. Maybe he finagles his way out of it, but I think if the way they get out of it is just print more money, and then inflation's going to reignite. So I don't know. I'll be watching with interest, because that's more than anything I care about. The video I'm going to make later probably is just going to be about these people that are like, I'm seeing pictures and shit of people crying like it's 2016. Like, just stop with that shit. Just quit overreacting, for the love of Christ, man. It's not that big of a deal. If I would have woke up and Kamala would have been winning by a lot and she would have pulled it out, oh, bummer. Move on. I mean, what the fuck? Like I've been saying, it's just not that serious. Your life's not going to end. In theory, it could. The chances are so slim, though. It's just not what it is. We're not going to have a civil war if Kamala won or Trump won. It's just not what it is. Quit being so sensational. Just fucking keep it moving, motherfucker. And yeah, like I said, I think I'm going to make a video reacting to some of this shit later on, because it is funny, honestly. It's entertaining. I'm still surprised it's over. I thought this was going to drag out. So let's not drag the video out anymore, I guess. I'll catch you guys probably later.